What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today we're going to be discussing PK Subban and the rumors that have been swirling around his name. And it seems like he's in the trade rumors every single year. And I mean, it just seems like this guy's a really talented player. And I know that, there's some off things to his game, and some people don't really agree with his off-ice antics, I guess you could call it. Some people say he might be a little bit tough to deal with. But I still think that PK is a solid enough piece for a blue line that there will be teams that are interested in acquiring him, and it looks like Nashville wants to clear out some space for a player. So we're going to get into all of that right now. Now again, I get this information from sources, not that I have directly, but like Spectors Hockey, TSN, Sportsnet, people who are verified, who have broke stuff before. And with Spectors Hockey, he takes information from different publications and different verified people, puts it into the article, and gives it to you guys. So this isn't some make-believe thing. There's actually some stuff behind this. It's not a guarantee 100% that he'll be traded, but his name is out there, and it actually makes some sense for the player that Nashville wants to replace him with, because we do know that there's quite a lot of good players coming out of free agency and some restricted free agents as well. So let's check it out. So first off, let's just go off some basic statistics. PK Subban is 29 years old, 6 foot, 210 pounds. Obviously, a right-handed shot from the Nashville Predators and a right-handed shot defenseman are what some teams may be looking for around this time. In the playoffs this year, he had 3 points in 6 games played, so not too bad, but he was a -3. His career playoff number, 62 points in 96 games, not bad for a defenseman, and he's a +1 as well. This season, he, in 63 games played, had 31 points and was a +5, so relatively good numbers for PK. And just looking over his career, last year he had 59 points, the year before that 40. Like, PK's capable of putting up 50, 60 points every season. Now we'll have to see if he does get moved, but it will be interesting. So let's just look at some of the rumors going around, and this is from Spectors Hockey, but more specifically from The Athletic, basically talking about if the Nashville Predators were to trade PK Subban. Adam Vignan spoke with several of his colleagues to inquire what type of return he might fetch. They examined the Toronto Maple Leafs, Vancouver Canucks, Philadelphia Flyers, Edmonton Oilers, New Jersey Devils, and Pittsburgh Penguins as possible trade partners. So right away, with the Leafs' salary would have to go the other way as well. That doesn't seem like the best fit unless they were going to eat salary. The Vancouver Canucks, they probably don't want to deal any of their young players. The Philadelphia Flyers could be a fit depending on what goes the other way. The Edmonton Oilers would have to definitely get rid of some salary. That almost doesn't make sense to me. The New Jersey Devils could be an interesting trade partner. They do have a lot of cap space coming up here, and depending on how much the return would have to be, this might be possible. And the Pittsburgh Penguins would probably have to trade away Letang, get rid of salary and stuff like that. And it's said, it's kind of stated in here some of the things I was already thinking preparing for this video. There's some talk about them also maybe wanting to move Kyle Turris. He was limited to 23 points in 55 games this year. He has a contract that's due for $6 million annually through the 2023-24 season, and it might be difficult to trade him without absorbing some money. And I feel the same way about PK Subban. So let's look at his numbers, and we're going to look at the Nashville Predators cap friendly here. So Subban has a $9 million cap hit until he's a UFA in the 2022-2023 offseason. He doesn't have any no trade or anything like that. Like, he's available to be traded. But here's the reason why Nashville wants to make some moves. Now, their projected cap space around $2 million. I would say it's probably more likely to be around $5 because, or maybe even a little bit more than that, just based off the fact that the cap hit is, or the salary cap is supposed to be going up to around $82 or $83 million. So let's just be generous a little bit here and say they have $5 or $6 million in cap space. Now, looking at the roster, they don't have a ton of holes to fill, but there are some pieces going out. Like Brian Boyle and Wayne Simmons, people that they picked up at the deadline, are more than likely gone. Benino's on a pretty expensive contract. They want to be able to keep their top guns, and that's obviously going to happen. But moving a contract like what was I going to say? Oh, PK, sorry. PK and Turris. Those two deals might be something they have to do because of the fact that they are apparently wanting to go after Matt Duchene, and we know Matt Duchene was just currently with the Columbus Blue Jackets and could stay there. There is talk that Duchene would be open to staying in Columbus, so this could change all the Nashville Predators' plans, and they could just be like, okay, whatever. Like David Poile might just say, okay, I'm just going to hold on to some of these guys and see what happens. But if they want to go after other players, they're going to have to move a pretty big salary here. And between Turris and Subban, I'm not even sure which player is more likely to move. And that's why I kind of wanted to turn this over to you guys. Because there isn't a ton of information going on right now, we'll have to see. But I want to know what you guys think. Are the Predators going to move Turris and Subban? Are they going to move one or the other? Is it going to be Turris or Subban? Let me know down below what trades could happen. Again, with the teams that were listed, like, I don't think that Toronto would be able to do this unless they were actually moving salary out, and maybe salary was going the other way to Nashville as well. They would definitely have to make some pretty significant moves, and Nashville would have to eat salary, but I'm guessing they would not want to do that. The same thing with the Canucks. They have a lot of young talent that they're going to have to start paying soon, and they probably don't want to invest in PK Subban's $9 million contract. He might not be the best fit there. The Flyers could be a fit. Not too positive there. I think that they're trying to retool their team a little bit. The Oilers, I don't think that can happen unless a miracle happens. It's the same thing with the Leafs. The cap situation doesn't make sense unless a ton of cap is going the other way. New Jersey Devils seems to be the best fit salary-wise, I guess. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, they would have to make a big splash. They'd have to move some salary out, and that would probably involve moving Letang somewhere, but I don't think they want to do that either. I know they want to move Phil Kessel, but I don't think that that would be a deal that would happen. I don't know if they want to have another a big name salary guy on their back end unless the salary cap was higher for them. But we all know that the salary cap's going to continue to go up. It's just right now it feels like the Subban contract is too steep, too expensive for a lot of teams. And keep in mind, Subban's still a very productive right-handed shot defenseman who, you know, under 30 years old. He's 29. Like he's still relatively young and can play the game well. But I don't know what's the return like that have to be. Like, there was talk in this article about, oh, like the Leafs wouldn't give up Marner. Of course not. The Flyers wouldn't give up Voracek. Of course not. The Canucks wouldn't give up any of their young talent. Of course not. This almost doesn't make any sense. And there's also a note in here that says that they don't see Turris drawing much interest either in the trade market. So the Spectres Hockey wouldn't be surprised if Poile stands pat and hopes the center regains his form next season. And Cap Friendly indicates the Predators have over $76 million invested in 22 players. They can't afford a UFA like Duchene unless they shed a big contract like Subban's, like I said. So this is going to be interesting. David Poile hinted at some changes after the first round this year when they were eliminated. So Nashville is going to be an interesting team. Add that to the list of teams that should be very interesting to watch this offseason. I'm excited to see what happens, but I want to know from you guys, who's going to get traded? Do you think Subban even has a chance to get moved? Is that salary too high? For what do you think the trade would be? There would have to be some magic being made to trade with some of these teams that were listed. I mean, New Jersey, just because they have a lot of money, seems like the best fit, but even then, it's a little bit confusing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I post a lot of videos talking about rumors and basically reactions to what's going on in the rumor mill. And I only take stuff from verified sources and talk about it. I don't just go online and see like some random trade from like some random Twitter user and think that it's legit. I don't believe in that stuff. This is more to have fun with you guys, to be Armchair GMs, which is a series I'm doing very soon where I'm going to start rebuilding teams for fun. Some of it will be fantasy, some of it will be actually like legitimate trades. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the content lately. Lots of videos coming up and streams, of course. Thank you all for the support. There's been a lot of new subs lately, so thank you guys for coming on board. I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Like the video if you want. Share it if you want to. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.